everyone and welcome to this video. This is going to be a video about thumb picks. There's a lot of different brands out there and it can be tricky to find your own pick that works for you. It can take a while until you're comfortable, and especially when you're starting out you don't really know where to begin. So I thought I'd make a little video for you and help you to find your thumb pick that works for you. So here we go. So a common problem for many people when they're trying a thumb pick for the first time is that it feels like it's in the way. It's too long and you can't really play because you're used to playing with your thumb, playing thumb and fingers. And the thumb is, close, really close. You actually feel the string, here on the flesh of your thumb. So when you're getting your first thumb pick, they can be very long. Look at this one. This is a standard medium Dunlop thumb pick. And it looks like that. That's pretty long. So if you're just starting out and you feel like the thumb pick is too long and it's just in the way, try this. I have a suggestion for you. So you buy 3 thumb picks and you file, you use a nail clipper and just clip the thumb pick tip almost all the way to the bottom. So it's just a little tip sticking out. Look at this. Like that. And you can see here when I have it on my thumb, it's just a little tip sticking out there, and it will feel easier to play because you're used to playing with your thumb only, and now you just have a little tip and it will feel a little bit easier. But you don't get as much bass response when you have a really short tip. But some people play with a really short tip, and it's okay. It sounds good. If you manage to get a tone and you work on it, you will get better. You get a better tone. But I think the longer, if you have a little bit longer tip on your thumb pick, it will get a better bass response. It will sound better. So that's the first thumb pick. The next thumb pick, you get you use nail clipper again, and you clip it, but not too much. Just so you have a little bit longer tip now. It looks like that. So it's a bit longer, and when I have it on my thumb, you can see that it's a bit longer tip now, and a little bit better in the bass response. So that's the next step. The third step is that you just file it down just a tiny bit. And this is what I do. I like when the thumb picks are a little bit longer, not too long. So I definitely file them down. Once I buy them, I file them down just a tiny bit. I don't use the nail clipper because it's just a little bit. So I just file the tip and then make it a little bit rounder, and softer in the edges. And it looks like this. And this is a different brand of the thumb picks. I will tell you more about that soon. But so I feel that this is the best for me. When the tip is a little bit longer, soft edges, so I get a smooth, soft attack from the pick, but it's longer. It's not too long, but it's long enough that I get a good bass response from the pick when I strike the string. Alright, so moving on. So how should you file the thumb picks? Well, this is of course individual and everyone has their own way of doing it. But I thought I'd just suggest my way to you and you can try it out. Because I feel when you've played a thumb pick for a couple of months and it just feels good. It feels good because you've played a lot and the edges are filed down or worn down the way, from your playing. And when you get a new thumb pick, the shape of the tip is not at all the same as the pick that you've played for months, obviously. So you need to file it down the way. To get a thumb pick to feel good right away, you have to file it down yourself and try to, make it close, look close to the one that you've been practicing with for months. So what I do is, this is a totally new thumb pick, and it looks like that. Long tip, pointy tip, and I use a nail file and here's the thumb pick. You can see the thumb pick, and this side of the pick, actually the side that strikes the string, I file that down in this angle. So I use the nail file like this, and then I use the take the thumb pick and I do this. So you kind of get a smooth angle here, and not too much, you know, a little bit thinner on this side. And this is how the thumb pick looks when you've been playing it a lot. This side is just it doesn't look the same as this one. It's a little bit more, a little bit thinner on this side, and a smooth kind of angle here. And I do that for a while until I get that shape. And then I file the tip a little bit. So that it looks like that. And then it's time to just file again this way, this side. And make the tip a little bit smoother here, so I don't get any edges, like because that will definitely make the playing more difficult, and it would not sound as good. So make the edges smooth. So this is how I like the pick to look when I'm done filing. And yeah, it's smooth, it's not too short, and it feels really good. So what thumb pick is the best one for you? Well, there's a lot of brands, different brands, and I have a lot of them here, as you can see. And I started off with the Dunlop picks, and I think these are really good. The Dunlop picks are very reliable. They feel good. They have small, mediums, and large, and you have to try you know, different ones and see which one fits your thumb, because everyone's different. We have different size, you know, thumbs. So and for me, I actually have the thumb pick on a different kind of. It's not very common that you have the thumb pick so far out the thumb, you know, out on your thumb. So if you look at where I have it, usually people have the thumb pick here, or even further up the thumb. But for me, since I solo a lot and play thumb index finger when I'm soloing and improvising, I feel like it's easier for me to have it further out. And so I need, although I don't have, my thumb is, you know, quite big, so I kind of need that. I still have a medium pick. I need the thumb pick to really hold on, you know, and not fall off, like, you know, that has happened to all of us, you know. But we should try to avoid that, and try to get the thumb pick to really stay on the thumb. And in the beginning, I suggest, I mean, it should feel, it shouldn't hurt too much, but in the beginning it's not bad if it just hurt a little bit, because you're gonna get used to it as well, and it's gonna stay on your thumb. It's really important that it stays. So of course, so I have it like this, and I use mediums. So the Dunlop picks are really good. I use a pick called nowadays that's called Golden Gate picks, and this is not a sponsored video at all. I don't actually even know where they make these. Probably in San Francisco. I don't know. Golden Gate picks, and the only difference I think is that if you look at this pick right here, you may see that it's not totally round. If you look at the other pick, the Dunlop, the ceiling here, or whatever you call it, I don't know, I'm Swedish. But anyway, the ceiling here, I call it the ceiling, is totally round. And on the other pick, the Golden Gate pick, you have a little bit of a straight ceiling there, or not a totally round a ceiling, so to speak. And I like that for my thumb. It feels better, much better for me, and they stay on. It's really good plastic, or or it feels like very solid, and you can have one pick for a long time. And so I think these picks are the best ones for me, and they stay on, like I said, they feel really good, and they are reliable. And so this is the thumb pick of choice for me. Some people hold their pick and play upstrokes as well as downstrokes, like this. Much like a regular pick, but I don't do that at all. I play downstrokes only. And I use index finger to play. I play fingerstyle, not alternate picking down up. So if you do that, it might be very tricky to play single lines if you're used to playing down up, because it feels like the thumb pick is actually getting stuck sometimes. When you play, it feels like it gets stuck. It's too tight on your thumb, and it doesn't really feel comfortable to play down up. But there are actually picks that are easier to do that with, to play down up. And if you do that, there's a few choices. There's one pick called the Fred Kelly pick, and it's looks like that. It's much thinner, and it has a different kind of sound. It's more like playing with a thin pick, and I don't really like that, although it feels comfortable on my thumb, but it's a little bit too loose for me. These picks are very loose, but it's easier to play down up with. It's much easier to play. And some people that play nylon string, and like Jerry Reed players like Buster B. Jones used to use these picks, and he sounded great using them. So it's just a matter of choice. Fred Kelly also has a speed pick, and that one looks like this. A different design, and people really like this for speed picking and banjo things. But for me, the same thing. It's too thin for me. It doesn't feel like it's gonna stay on my thumb. But some people use it, and it's really good. It's a great pick for playing down up as well. So Fred Kelly, a little bit more, easy to play when you're playing down up, and but they are a little bit thinner. You get less bass response from these picks. So you also have, speaking of thumb picks that are easy to play down up with, alternate picking, you have a brand called Strum & Comfort that makes this pick called the Shark Tooth pick. And they are really good straight picks. They look like that. And, for people who play with picks, it's close to the Jazz 3, Jazz 2 picks, But I don't play like that. I don't play down up, using a straight pick. I play thumb pick all the time. But this, they also developed this this pick that looks like this. It's a very different look. Look at this. So it's actually a pick inside, and it's kind of this little band here that you just use to attach this to your thumb, like that. So what this does is that it actually feels exactly like holding a regular pick. You can hold it like you would hold a regular pick, and it reacts the same when you're striking a string. Down up, I can play like that, and I can alternate between that and then play, fingerstyle stuff. Like that, thumb picking stuff, So some people really like this. So I would suggest, if you haven't tried it, Shark Tooth pick, from Strum & Comfort. It feels really good, and it might look a little bit weird, like I said, but it's really comfortable to play. You also have the similar approach here with a Bumblebee thumb pick. It looks like this, and this is actually it has a pick here that you can actually choose the angle. You can put the angle however you want, and you can choose how far in you need the thumb pick to be, how long of a tip you need. Fred Kelly makes these, I think. So it feels also like a straight pick, But it's too thin for me. But you can definitely play fingerstyle, using this. playing alternate bass, you know, as a regular finger style, you know. So that's one of these picks that works great when you want to play down, up, down, up. A little bit too loose for me, but really good. So we have a lot of different ones. Here's a Tommy Emmanuel signature pick. I think this is a large one. And look at the angle. Look at the tip. It's very big. It's a big tip. So when you have a big tip there on the thumb pick, you get a big bass response. And it's actually pretty easy to play down, up with. I don't do that. Like I said, I can't do that. I play thumb, index finger, you know, all the time. But for the people like Tommy, he plays down, up with this kind of pick. It's very similar to the down low pick. It's a little bit bigger here on this side. So yeah, it's a really good pick. And he also has mediums and large, I think. And you can get him on his website, I'm sure. We also have the John Pierce picks, and these look like that. And this is kind of big. For big thumbs, the shape of the tip is thinner, it's a smaller tip, and it looks a little bit different. And for me, I feel the same way about this pick as the Fred Kelly, because I like when the tip is a little bit bigger, but definitely feels good on my thumb. Really, really good. It's made for a little bit bigger thumb, and I would definitely suggest John Pierce picks if you have a little bit bigger thumb and likes to play. Like people like Pete Hutlinger used John Pierce pick when he was still with us, and he was a great player that unfortunately is not with us anymore. But he used these and sounded great. So John Pierce. And if you get a thumb pick that's a little bit too big, a common thing that happens is that I have a really big thumb pick here, and a common problem is that when you play, sometimes it gets stuck here. The string actually gets underneath this part of the thumb pick, and it's not good at all. It can be actually, stuff like that can happen, and we don't want that to happen. So if that happens, your thumb pick is too big, and you have to choose a smaller size. So I hope this video could help you a little bit in your search for the best thumb pick for you. And I strongly suggest that you just try a lot of different thumb picks, because I mean, I still do. I still try to find the best one. And for me right now it is this one. And like I said, try to file them down, try it your own way. But it's really important to you know, get it to stay on your thumb while still sounding good. The thinner your pick is, the less bass response. So think about that when you're choosing your thumb pick, and definitely try to file them down in different ways, and find your own specific way of doing it, because everyone's different. Everyone does this in different ways, and that's part of the fun. All right. Thank you everyone for watching this thumb pick video, and let me know what thumb pick works best for you. I want to try it out.